Okay, let's finish our discussion from yesterday. We will keep going. I think we started talking about the closing paragraph on your application letter. So let's finish that. Okay, it says your closing paragraph begins with the summary statement. Hire me, I would be good for the job because whatever, please consider me, Katie Bird, for the position of blah, blah, blah. You can kind of repeat the first line of your letter. You wouldn't want to necessarily do that word for word, but because it indicates that the candidate is assertively, we talked about assertiveness, seeking an interview. So you need to make sure you tell them that you really want to be considered for an interview, and make sure that you put on there when you're available. Please contact me at whatever your phone number is or whatever, to do an interview or whatever. It says it includes your contact information, so your phone number and email address, not your whole address or anything like that, however you want them to contact you. And then email address, it says, is professional, like I told you guys. If you don't have a professional email address, then you need to create one this week so that you can put it on there. It says the cover letter is closed with sincerely. Make sure you spell that correctly. And then you're typed, so you'll leave probably 4 or 5 lines underneath sincerely, and then you'll type your name. Make sure once you guys get credentials, so if you're certified to do something, if you get, whatever, that you put your letters behind that. Like for me, I'd put Katie Bird, RN, VSN. Okay. Resumes. So let's talk about resumes for a minute. As a resume format can vary, but must contain a written summary of information about you in a concise, you want it to be organized, it needs to be concise, it only needs the information that they need to know on there. So it may include your identification, your phone number, address, email, so forth, your employment objective, so your objective or career goal. No, I don't think mine has it on there because I was using it. I don't remember why. Anyways, but you need to, usually at the very beginning at the top, it'll say career goal or objective, to obtain a position as a surgical tech at blah, 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 whatever. That's you can use that to obtain a position at whatever. Your educational background, your skills, whatever skills you have, your work experience, references. Go ahead and type in on here. You can add in any volunteer experience, what else? Any certifications. Go ahead and add that on too. Okay. Now you don't have to have all of these. Okay. So for example, let's say you haven't worked before. This is your very first job that you're gonna try to get. Okay, then just leave off. Don't put work experience none. Don't put that. Just leave off work experience altogether. Okay, personal references, you'll put those. You usually need 3 to 4 personal references, and make sure you have all of their information and that it's correct and that you have their correct title as well. Types of resumes. So there's 3 types. It says a functional resume. This focuses on what you know and what you can do instead of your work history. This would be like whenever you first start out, or if you're starting a new career and you don't have work history in that particular area. Chronological resume documents your work history, and you always, anytime you're documenting dates on your resume, you always go most recent to least recent, if that makes sense, or to, past, whatever. So always start with the most recent things. And then a combined one is just both. So, depending on what you're doing, whatever. So let's look at a resume. I'm actually going to show you guys my resume. And I have some of these to pass out. So